I didn't know if anyone would show up, considering who I am. Agnes. No, not Saint Agnes. I am Agnes, the flood of 1972. It has been 40 years, and no one has heard my side of the story yet. No one has even tried to understand why I did what I did. Let's just say it was my destiny. I am the woman under the blue veil. I am the TEDxChemungRiver. I am Hurricane Agnes. I am water. And water cannot be contained or controlled or stopped. I will always have the last word. As water, I will describe myself as mysterious. My essence, alluring and seductive. My body, strong. I move with one fluid motion. Glide your hand in between my surface tensioned, and you will find fluid particles that accelerate, then dissipate. I seduce anyone that comes near me. And yet, I am a relatively stable compound and the most abundant, essential substance on this earth. I flow through your veins like I flow on this planet, making you 70% water. Yes, I have earned celebrity status. That is why my atoms are always charged up, sometimes gentle, sometimes wild. Like the day no one wants to talk about, but the day everyone can't stop talking about. The day I became a villain. June 23rd, 1972, the day I became evil to the core. It's no secret. I collaborated with Hurricane Agnes, and because of our union, I am notorious. I'm the worst flood this county has ever seen. My name is hated and has been retired from ever being used on another hurricane ever again. History is now divided into the time before Agnes and the time after Agnes. My name is everywhere because you are still keeping my memory alive. I have been living on the tongues of people for 40 years. But that was so long ago. I was young, I was restless, I was angry. I wanted the power of my birthright. The origin of water is space. But I was forced to be contained, held in by a levee. My free spirit stolen, held captive, a prisoner in the dams, leaving me stagnant, unable to flow. Then, on that fateful day, when Hurricane Agnes came to me, she offered what none of you have ever offered. Freedom, power, fame. Join me, she said. I was impressionable. I wanted to reclaim what was mine. But I didn't know I was saying yes to total mayhem. So I'm going to humble myself in front of all of you. I made a mistake. Now I'm going to tell you my side of the story. It was June. I was having a wonderful summer. Nothing out of the ordinary. I was the TEDxChemungRiver. Majestic and beautiful, a woman with curves. The heat from the sun was beating down and making me lazy, and I was content to just sleep. Life was one big harmonious family between nature and humans. I remember everything. June 19th. Sunny, 86 degrees. Then the rains came. I remember feeling the fear in the air, even though everyone was saying there was nothing to worry about. But by June 23rd, 23 feet of rain had fallen. I know you think of me as a coward because of when I struck. Most of you were sleeping, and no one expected me to do what I did. But the rain was swelling up in my belly, inching higher and higher for 3 full days. In the beginning, I was quiet, a little confused, but Agnes made it easy for me to want to inherit her name. All I could do was follow. Water always takes a path of least resistance. And then, when my 3 rivers, the Cohocton, Canisteo, and Tioga, crested in the middle, something in me changed. I was a river out of control. I broke the dam, and I bashed through over the banks. I remember trying to hold on to the roots of trees, but too many trees were cut down, so I just pushed forward. The persona of Agnes was taking hold. I was rushing through the streets like an invading army, crashing anything in my way, smashing them, drowning them, digging them up, and dragging them away by my current. I felt justified because of how close civilization lives in my personal space. Why do you do this? Nature must be respected. I needed to move, so I did. The first building I hit was Rockwell's department store on Market Street. I was moving 85 miles an hour, kicking out windows and forcing the merchandise to be swept miles away. Then I brought down Arnold's furniture store. After that, I had my sights on the Corning Glass Museum. This was the first museum to ever suffer at the hands of a flood. My body was everywhere, expanding out over the countryside from days of pounding rain. Soon, there was no distinction between the river and the city. I was 10 feet high. Nothing could stop me. I was ruthless, yanking up houses from their foundations and making them stand up on their heads. Then I took the Central Motel. I pushed it, and I made it collide with the railroad. Gilman's Pharmacy and Painted Post ended up across town. Cars were stuck under houses. St. Joseph's Hospital in Elmira was stripped down to nothing. Medical records destroyed. Hall's Diner floated off like a raft. And McDonald's? I smashed McDonald's in. And the Pancake House, well, I submerged that under 9 feet of water. I was traveling hundreds of miles. Center Street, the Flats, Bridge Street, Sullivan Park. No place was safe. I was everywhere, sending a message to everyone. No one owns me. I was louder than Niagara Falls. I roared, I rolled, I flopped, I created mini rapids. I dug deep, forging ahead, roaming without a care. But then, what turned out to be a fun, rebellious adventure, branching out and running at high speeds, was turning the area. into a wasteland. Thousands of people were becoming homeless. I could hear screams and cries penetrating the night as worlds came crashing down. All because of me. In the morning, there was an ominous silence in the aftermath of my rampage. It took me up to 3 days to exceed back. I was tired. I felt like the worst kind of criminal. I was filled with grief and regret. So now I'm going to tell you what I've never had a chance to tell you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the destruction. I'm sorry for the deaths. I'm sorry for ripping up streets, demolishing cars, crashing in on your homes, smashing churches and schools and bankrupting businesses. I'm sorry for taking your books, your museums, your photographs, and the wonderful life you once knew and making them into piles of rubbish. I'm sorry for bringing down the railroad. I'm sorry for the flood mud, the mold, the dust, the toxic sludge. I annihilated the southern deer, and because of that, I carry so much guilt. Especially when you look at me. I want to cry. So much hatred you have for me that now you ignore me altogether. 40 years, not even acknowledging me, the river who lives alongside you, acting as if I don't exist anymore. Our interactions are so awkward. We are connected, and yet we have been hurting one another for years. It wasn't always like this. There was a time when I was respected, when I was known only as the TEDxChemungRiver. I am more than just a pretty body of water. I stretch 45 miles through the glacier hills, and on a good day, I will take you anywhere in the world you want to go. My abilities are impressive. I, the TEDxChemungRiver, connect with the Susquehanna, which connects with the Atlantic Ocean, which connects with, there is another ocean, if somebody knows that, please, there is another river. There is the the Chesapeake Bay. Thank you very much. If you follow me, you will go places. Just know that. I have been weaving back and forth, changing the shape of this valley longer than any human has lived on earth. I change things. I touch things. I put my mark on things. My reputation precedes me. I used to be clear and clean. And you could see right down to the bottom of my riverbed. I used to be able to purify myself. But now, from humans, I am contaminated. Chemical compounds have seeped in through my water filter. And I now take in wastewater from sewage plant facilities, gas and exhaust from automobiles, soot and smoke from plant incinerators. There is so much pollution. I have been violated by your hands. So now is the time to make our amends. Come to me. I want you to love me. Scoop me up in your hands and drink me. Call me by name. Undress and come inside. We have no boundaries. Call me river. Call me water. Call me life. Come into me and let me hold you. You belong to me. I am the woman underneath the blue veil. Let me flow in the movement of graceful anticipation. I am your lover, pulsating under flesh. I will never leave you. Let's embrace the whisper between our lips, forever illuminating in the ebb and flow of nature. I want to say that I exist. I exist in the frozen drink of mystery. I exist in the fullness of passion, surrendering to the oneness of us. We are family. Now I come to you as still waters. I come to you as life. Drink me so we can be connected once again. Thousands have lived without love, but not one person can live without water. I am Agnes. No, not Saint Agnes. I am a river among my people. I am the woman underneath the blue veil. Let's celebrate. Everyone, I want you to grab your water, take it, and drink. To us, salute.